reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Justin.
I'm your other host, Quincy.
It's hot, Q. It was 108 today. How are you feeling, man? Because you're out in that shit.
Yeah, I had plenty of ice drinks with me, and there was a lady that was very nice to offer me water while I was out, and I was like, "Thank you." I got like 5 drinks in the car though. I really appreciate it's very sweet, but I also don't like taking things from strangers.
Yeah.
And now I'm home, but my AC does that thing where when I'm not home, it lets the house get warmer, and so now I'm home earlier than usual. So it's like, oh my god, wait, we're not cooled down yet, and so the house is hot. Yeah, I got to get it to understand that on Wednesdays I'm home sooner.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Drink
anything special?
But yeah, I have an espresso coffee. And then as backup drinks, because that's not going to last very long, it's a small one, I've got a sparkling ice fruit punch, 0 sugar, with them vitamins and them antioxidants. And then I also forgot that I had already opened this when I went and got the sparkling ice. I have a Canada Dry Fruit Splash Cherry Ginger Ale, 0 sugar. So I'm loaded up with drinks. Yeah. What about you?
Just a Fresca. Fresca and some water. Staying good, staying healthy.
Yeah, man. That's a good way to go about it.
Yeah. I was thinking about getting an Arizona, a 0 sugar Arizona iced tea, but
I haven't tried their 0 sugars.
They're okay. I do Arnold. If anything, I would do Arnold Palmer 0 sugar, just so I got that nice tang with the lemonade. But
right.
But you saw a movie. What'd you think?
I did. It was good. So I went and saw Disclosure Day, the new Spielberg film. I went in knowing that it is Spielberg and that it is aliens. And I mean, I already love Spielberg and I like aliens. So this was like, okay, cool. Let's go see what this is. I went in not having seen a single trailer. I did not see a single trailer at all. I saw the poster, which we're showing right now, of Emily, and that was it. That being said, generally that's how I'm going about movies now, because trailers are getting to be too much. They're spoiling things.
Mm-hmm.
So I you sent me the brand new Day trailer. I haven't watched it because the first trailer already gave so much. I don't need it anymore. Anymore, I feel like I'm gonna start getting spoilers, and I'm already picking apart that first one I saw because I know so much about the character. So that's been my whole thing lately, is limit myself to one trailer at most, and I went into this one without seeing any trailers. And that might have been the wrong thing to do on this one, purely because I knew so little that I didn't even know what genre this movie was. So I go in, and I've talked to our friend Sean about this. He went and saw it, and he's like, "Oh, I was thinking," and he gave me what he thought, and he watched the trailers. And I was like, "Yeah." So even without watching the trailers, I kind of thought that. I'm not going to say because it would be storyline spoiler, but I went in knowing very little, and I did enjoy the movie. Now, it's not top 5 Spielberg.
Okay.
But the problem is when I say that, and I list my top 5 Spielberg, you're going to go, well, fuck, it's almost impossible to beat that top 5. So my top 5 Spielberg is Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Oh, not Temple of Doom, sorry. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Okay.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay.
Jurassic Park.
Okay.
Hook.
Oh, I forgot he did Hook.
Yeah, and Hook is so fucking good, and the
good.
Hook haters out there, they need to back off. Hook's a good fucking movie. All right, we don't need your. It didn't do well when it came out.
Oh.
And then my other one in that is Jaws.
Okay, yeah, I was like, is Jaws anywhere in there?
Yeah, no, that's top 5. Okay. And then from there, obviously there's other movies he's done too that I really enjoy. I love Duel, E.T., War of the Worlds,
AI?
Schindler's List. I'm not the biggest AI fan. I
considering
don't hate it.
considering what we're gonna talk about later on today.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't hate AI, but I don't love AI.
Okay.
And actually the movie of his I like the least. I still don't hate, but the ending pisses me off. And that's Close Encounters.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The ending of Close Encounters pisses me off something fierce, dude. Um, in the chat, AI is the devil. Yeah, we were talking about the Spielberg movie, but yes, AI is from the devil. So this not making my top 5 isn't a surprise. I did enjoy it. I'm glad I went and saw it. It's cool to see it in theaters. I did not see it IMAX. I saw it laser because I went to the drive-in.
Oh yeah.
Um, but it was good. The effects were good. Whoever his director of photography for this was, they did really good. The lighting was really good. There's certain camera shots, like there's a point where a character's holding a blade, and like they're perfectly catching their reflection in the blade, and it's not a zoomed in shot on the knife. Like it's still kind of like a full shot of the person, like
Ooh.
chest up. So it's things like that. It's a John Williams score, but the score is very underplayed. So first of all, I didn't even notice it was John Williams until I saw his name in the credits. But secondly, the score is very underplayed in it, which is very unusual for a Spielberg film, but also very unusual for John Williams. So at the end, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think that maybe people should probably actually look at the trailers on this one. Now, I haven't seen the trailers to see how much they spoil, but people should probably look at the trailers this one just so they have a bit more of an idea of what you're going into. If you're going completely blind like I did, you're going to sit there and go, oh, it's Spielberg and it's aliens. So it's going to be some kind of an adventure film because, I mean, E.T. is, childhood adventure film. Close Encounters is like this trying to find your belonging adventure film. War of the Worlds is like, sci-fi horror type of thing. This is none of that. So it's very different. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm glad I went.
From the look of it, it looks thriller-ish.
See, parts of it have high energy and could give you that feel. And if that's what they're filling the trailer with, the trailer's going to make you think it's a thriller. It's not a thriller.
Oh.
It's close.
It's close.
Thriller's relatively close to what I would put it at. Like that's probably the closest genre I can significantly get it. Is there's some level of a scientific thriller.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I liked it. But yeah, I'm gonna be here to farm points for the stream. Thank you, appreciate it, chat.
Yeah.
So yeah, I liked it. I'm glad I went. It was the first Spielberg film I've seen in theaters in quite some time, so that was nice too.
Mm-hmm.
And it was only.
If you had to give it a rating, 1 out of 10, what would you give it?
Probably a solid like 8, 7 to 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. I liked it. I didn't love it.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, like there's nothing inherently bad about it. There wasn't bad camera work. There wasn't bad sound. There wasn't bad lighting. There wasn't bad writing. If anything, it's just it kind of gave. It ended, and I went, oh, there's not more.
Huh. So, would you say it was an abrupt ending?
The ending wasn't abrupt because you see what they're building towards throughout it, and you get to it, and you see how it affects the world and which it's set. I mean, it's set in our world, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
So it's not an abrupt ending. It's more like I thought more was going to go on to get us to this ending.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought we were going to find out and experience more throughout this film before we got to the end. We didn't, which is interesting because we're looking through, we're following like two characters. We're looking through the lens of as they're experiencing things, and we're given the information that they have, which is a lot of information. Just to get to a point where then we're going to see how other things react to this information. And it's really interesting because we do get to see a bit of that reaction I would have liked to have seen more of that reaction, if that makes sense.
Okay. And last question I have.
So yeah, okay.
Last question.
Go ahead.
Do you think I would like this movie?
I think it would be a little slow for you, but I think if you were to actually get yourself to sit down and watch it, I think you'd like the message.
Thank you for reading my ADHD brain and liking faster paced movies.
I have watched a lot of movies with you.
Yeah.
I think there are scenes that would have you like checked the fuck in, edge of your seat, and there's other scenes where you'd be like, "Where's my phone?"
Yeah.
So I think it's one of those ones like if you could get yourself to walk in on it, I think at the end you'd be happy you watched it, you would have enjoyed it. But I think getting yourself to walk in and get through the whole thing might be a little difficult for you.
Okay. I do like Spielberg as a director. It's just
he's great. He wrote this one a little unconventional compared to how people would probably think Spielberg would write. He straight up admitted he did it in the notepad on his iPad.
Yeah. I'm doing my book on freaking Google Docs, so I'm in the same boat.
The only thing I worry about that is the freaking AI. But he's like, it's a thing that we all have access to. He's like, I just sat there and did it on that. No script writing software or anything fancy. I mean, but if you think about it, back in before script writing software, everybody did it on yellow legal pads and shit.
Yeah, paper. That was it.
Yeah. So he's like, I did it right there in the notes on my phone, or not my phone, his iPad. Which I think is I think it's a good message for people that aspire to be
a director,
writers, directors, some form of creative, like even a guy that I think it's fair to say a master of his craft.
How many friggin' Emmys he got?
Well, Emmys probably. I don't think he has any because that's television, isn't it?
Oscars. I'm sorry.
Oscars.
Yes.
Let's see.
Because that man, I would say a master of craft. Like you've got John Carpenter, good of thriller and horror. You've got Steven Spielberg, good with mostly. I would say little family, a little bit of like family adventure, mature.
I think adventure is the best way to describe the body of his work as a whole, but not everything he's done.
Yeah,
because Schindler's List is not an adventure film by any means.
Oh no!
West Side Story is not an adventure film.
No,
but E.T. has a level of adventure to it. Saving Private Ryan is historical, but also has a level of adventure to it, and it's not historical that Saving Private Ryan's a real thing, but like the depiction of D-Day and all that.
Yeah.
He did what was it? War Horse. I haven't seen that one. Lincoln's not going to be adventure, but I mean, Jaws has a little. It's technically a horror movie, but Jaws has a level of adventure to it. The Indiana Jones films, War of the Worlds, like, and then there's also the shit he produces because I mean, Goonies and Back to the Future or stuff like that. I think adventure is probably one of the ones that he does more of, but he's also got that touch of horror, Duel and whatnot. So looking at his awards, he has had 321 nominations across his career with 157 wins. Spielberg has received 9 nominations for the Academy Award of Best Director, making him the third most nominated director behind Scorsese, who's now all about AI, and William Wyler, who's at 12. Spielberg won this category twice, once for Schindler's List and once for Saving Private Ryan. So he's got 2 Oscars for directing.
I see. Okay. I mean, I mean, just getting one would kind of put you over the top in that year.
And I was wrong. For his work on television, he won a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Animated Program because of Pinky and the Brain Christmas, 1995.
The Pinky and I forgot he did the Animaniacs too! And Freakazoid!
And then 3 Primetime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Limited of Anthology Series because he was the producer on Band of Brothers, which is amazing. If you haven't watched it, Band of Brothers is really good. And then the science fiction series Taken in 2003. not to be confused with the Taken attempt at a TV show based off the Liam Neeson movies. And then HBO War Drama of the Pacific. So, yeah. And then he also won 7 Daytime Emmys for producing the animated series Tiny Toon Adventures, Animaniacs, Freakazoid, Pinky and the Brain, Pinky, Amelia, I don't know how to say this, Elmira, and the Brain. I don't even remember that one. Elmira, there we go. Dyslexia. As a producer for Broadway productions, he has received 3 nominations for the Tony Award. He was awarded in 2022 for producing A Strange Loop before receiving further nominations for producing both Water of Elephants and Death Becomes Her. And he won a Grammy for Best Musical Film for music by John Williams, achieving an EGOT status.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And, you know, we've only like slightly touched because, I mean, you've also got to figure, I mean, he has what? Color Purple, The Fablemans, Super 8 was him too, I do believe.
Who did What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
I don't think that was him. Let's see. That was Load.
Oh. Yeah.
Lars Hallström.
Okay. Never heard of him.
I don't know if I'm saying that right. I definitely have heard the name. I know that I'm saying Hallström right, but I don't know if I'm saying the first name right. You would probably know other work by then. Chocolat.
Oh.
The Johnny Depp one. That was another one of theirs. Or another one of his. So My Life as a Dog, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, The Cinder House Rules, Chocolat. Those are all Hallström.
Interesting.
But yeah, so yeah, I think Disclosure Day was good. I enjoyed it. Like I said, it's not top 5. It's not even really top 10. But when you look at like the top 5 and top 10 of Spielberg's work, like
it didn't stand a chance.
There's really, it's just one of those things that it's like he's just done so amazing things. How many times can you do that? You know, I mean, he also did Tintin, didn't he? The animated Tintin. I'm pretty sure that's him as well.
I wouldn't know. I've never seen Tintin at all.
It was good. It was cute. It's a CG animated, I do believe, and it's, you know, from the Tintin comics.
Mm-hmm.
There's been talks for years of a sequel written by Anthony Horowitz, which has just never really come to fruition.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm glad I went. It was a nice time. It was fun to go to the movies and have a breather from life.
Yes, we need those every once in a while.
And it's funny because I was looking at the list. I'm like, there's so many movies I need to see right now. Because I mean, I've been on the fence about, you know, Masters of the Universe because I don't like Jared Leto. But I mean, there's Obsession, Backrooms. I did see Mandalorian Grogu a couple weeks back, so there was that one. There's Michael. I was gonna go see Stop That Train, the new RuPaul movie. But it's got AI. Yeah, killed that one for me. I still need to see The Devil Wears Prada 2. I still need to see Mortal Kombat 2. So, you know, I need to, especially considering I pay for a membership, I need to go to the movies more often.
Yeah.
And then coming up, I mean, we got Toy Story 5. I've only seen the first 2. Spider-Man Brand New Day, Supergirl. Probably won't go see the new Jackass. I think I'm going to skip that one.
It's their last one, so it's a final hurrah with a whole bunch of
how many times have we been told that? I mean, they put it in the title this time, so there's that.
Yeah, they did put it in the title.
The Odyssey, I'm probably gonna go see that. That's the new one from why am I spacing on his name? Did Batman Begins, Dark Knight? I know his name. I can't think of his name. No, the director.
Oh, the director. Nolan. Yeah, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah. So that's, the Odyssey is the new one from Christopher Nolan, based off of the story, Homer's Odyssey.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, but yeah, no, this was a fun, good time. So I'm glad I went.
Mm-hmm. As for me, I've been sitting on my butt playing Mina the Hollower. I've been excited for Mina the Hollower for a long time, since announcement, just because it looked just like um an old school Zelda game. It gave me Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons feel, and I was like, ooh, I really like that style. So getting into this, I was half expectant, and it exploded those expectations with all of the interesting new features that this game specifically has. I like it. Best $16 I've ever spent. Well, this month.
So what's the gameplay like? Because you said it looks like Zelda. So is it like old school Zelda?
Yes, but with, as mentioned, a few extra features. Mina is a burrower mouse, so she can burrow under things, and all of the upgrades that you would usually get in a Zelda game, this goes out of its way and already kind of gives you the most of those in specific ways. And then you're going out and finding other, I guess, upgrades or abilities to help you go to these certain areas. Like, the map is freaking huge. And I don't even think I'm a quarter of the way done with the game, and I'm put maybe 7 or 8 hours into it.
Damn, really?
Yeah. So I'm enjoying it very thoroughly. The story's a little dark. The story is a little bit dark.
Now,
But
looking at it, it says that it's available on like every platform. You're playing this on PC, I'm assuming.
yeah.
Um, Now, I own a Switch and don't have much for it. Do you think this would be fun on the Switch and be worth to get for the Switch over like getting it on another console?
Why not? And you could probably pull off one of the Joy-Cons and just mess around with the Joy-Con, because there's not a lot of controls.
Okay.
Upgrade pack. What do you mean upgrade pack? Oh, okay. So you buy it for So you buy it for the Nintendo Switch. Okay, that's cool. You buy it for the Nintendo Switch. You also get the upgrade pack for free, so you can play it on both. That's cool. That's fine. I don't foresee it needing any more power to need to run on a regular Switch. It's fine. But
I mean, I think mine's technically an OLED, but it is a Switch 1, not a Switch 2.
yeah, so it'll look fine. Your eyes will strangely adjust to how big the pixels can get, because I'm running on a 2K TV ish monitor. So reading and then going over to like Discord, your eyes kind of have to like readjust to how like smooth those lines of the letters are. It's
I will
very.
probably be playing this. Oh, we have a bot in the chat.
Oh, you got it, Sniper. Get down.
Um, I will be playing it on a 75-inch 4K. So
So yeah, this thing is gonna be very crystal clear and in pixel, because it's 8-bit. It is an 8-bit game.
yeah, I'll have to send you photos of of what it looks like on that.
Ooh. Well, I hope you enjoy it. It best game. One of the best games of 2026 I have played so far. First Light's up there as well. Badoop. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Humble Bundles. There were two to talk about today. First one is Dungeon Defenders 2 Complete DLC Chest. Dungeon Defenders 2 is free to play, but the DLCs cost a little bit of money, and there are some in-game purchases you could make to make things a little bit more easier. But for $20, you get a whole bunch of interesting cosmetics and $15 worth of in-game currency, as well as a golden headless horseman pet that is exclusive to the Humble Bundle. Well, bundle. And this helps out.
Bundle.
The Humble bundle that it is served in, that is quite humble. This helps out Coral Guardian. Coral Guardian's mission is to protect and restore coral ecosystems worldwide by working hand in hand with local communities who depend on them. Yeehaw.
I played a little bit of Dungeon Defenders 2. I don't know that I liked it enough for this, but I do love the Headless Horseman, so like that's one of those things where I go, well, that sounds fun. But then I have to like remind myself, like, dude, you're probably not actually gonna play the game. Why would you spend the money?
Yeah, it's like a weird, interesting cross like feel of action fighting with like a little bit of tower defense, and it has this good relationship. But yeah, it does not feel comfortable for me. I want to either do one or the other. Both, I don't know. Just it has to be very specific. The other bundle,
yeah, it's a weird cross between those. I thought for sure it would have been something I would have like been all over, but then when actually sitting down to like use it, I went, I don't know about this. But as you were saying, sorry, the next bundle.
No, you're golden. The next bundle is Cyberpunk Red. Quincy and I played Cyberpunk Red for a time, and we didn't exactly have a lot of the add-on stuff, but if we did, it would be probably a part of this bundle. $30 gets you 35 items, including the PDF, demi-plane digital tools. If you play on Roll20, it has the virtual tabletop assistance, so that way you get the sheets and so on and so forth. And then further down, you have all the expansion bits, such as Black Chrome, Tales of the Red, a whole slew of battle maps and interesting sound effects. And then further down, you have the Start Playing Games coupon, which is like another VTT that helps out with Cyberpunk Red. And then there's Cyberpunk Red Easy Mode, which is another one of those things we could have used because they make character creation very simple, almost 5 minutes compared to the hour and a half. The hour and a half it took me to build my character.
I mean, to be fair, character creation is one of the longest parts of any tabletop thing. Session zeros never go quick. Everyone wants to be very detailed when creating their characters.
That is true. Plus, Cyberpunk Red's PDF / actual physical book is 450 pages, so it's a tome, and it has a lot of lore in there. But as mentioned, $30 gets you it, and it helps out Tabletop Gamers, GAYMERS. Tabletop Gamers Inc. is a nonprofit organization whose mission is championing the visibility and inclusion of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer / questioning, intersex, asexual, and other LGBTQIA plus community through tabletop gaming. We organize events, educational panels, informational booths, and distribute Pride swag at gaming conventions like Gen Con, Origins, and PAX Unplugged. Yippee!
And that's a reminder that us here at the Ugly Mugs podcast are all about Pride and LGBTQ, even when it's not June.
That is correct. And happy Pride Month. I'm just going to close out of this and bring up my Steam, because Steam NextFest is going on starting yesterday all the way till June 22nd. You can try out up to 18,000 games that are now available on the Steam NextFest. There is a truckload of things. Oh boy. Where do I begin?
Make sure for AI.
Okay. So you can go to your preferences and you can have exclusions with tags. You can turn off AI in the tags so you can see a little bit less. However, Steam's obviously having to check over all of these games, and a few have slipped through. But, however, when you do the exclusions, a vast majority has definitely disappeared. All of the like Headrunner ones, Impulse, a game that definitely feels like Titanfall, because guess what? A couple of the old devs from Titanfall 2 worked on Impulse, and I gotta say, it looks good. It looks great. It looks too fast for me, but I was here for it. I was like, I would love to see them do a single.
I already have impulse control problems. I don't need a game that's called Impulse and has control problems.
That is true. I mean, it looks pretty good with its actual like grapple hook and wall running, and just it looks very free flow. I am here for it. I would love to see more of it. I would love to see a single player campaign, because PvP and me don't really get along. I like my blood pressure low.
I'm not a big PvP guy. Like, I really am not.
Yeah. Restory, a game where you are in a little shop restoring electronics or electronical-ish devices that work along. Hey, I was watching that. Electronical devices and making sure that they work again before selling them to the person who commissioned you. I'm okay with Beyblade. I am very okay with Beyblade. To play a game that is all about Beyblades and having a little bit of roguelite capabilities while also having like an adventure game feel, I was like, okay, I'm down to try
That
it.
sounds kind of cool.
I did throw this into my thing. I have not played it yet, but as I said, this is a demo. You can go out there and check this game out. Echoes of Einkrad. I don't know how to pronounce that word, but it's like an interesting, uh, really interesting anime online game, and I was like, okay. And it feels very Sword Art Online. And I feel like we've talked about this one,
That's
and it
terrifying.
yeah. Well, I mean, as far as world, but I'm here for a new age of MMOs to come through. So I'm gonna keep an eye and ear out open for this one. The only downside is that it has a $70 price tag. So
Yep, that's a bit high there, guys.
yeah. But other than that, there is a slew of really beautiful pixel games. You do not need art from AI to build your game. Like pixel art, it takes about as much time, but you can make it perfect. Like you can take the time. Dark
You
Bazaar.
remember when, real quick, you remember when it became a big thing because there was the what was it, the RPG creator or something like that?
RPG Maker, yeah.
Yeah, RPG Maker. Like, there's resources out there. Not every game needs to be, you know, a massive art project.
Yeah,
Tell your story. You don't
yeah.
need AI to do that.
I concur. Um, a piggy bank smashing simulator.
Okay.
Yeah, that is literally what it's called. Bills must be paid.
I can get behind it.
Yeah, the game is called Bills Must Be Paid, and it has roguelite capabilities. It also has an idle mode, so that way you can leave it running in the background. I don't know, man. This is really weird.
Oh, so that sounds kind of like what are those games called? Idle play. It sounds like an idle play game.
Yeah, a little bit. But it also, of course, has a little bit of hands-on to those who want to flip a coin to double your money type of ordeal. Iron Nest, a heavy turret simulator, has it down to the like every minute thing between judging trajectory, height, power, um, just everything, angle, everything is in this game. It seems very thorough to make sure that you are aware that every shot counts, and you only have a few. Mm. Engine Fall. This one we caught a little bit during the Summer Next Fest, or not Summer Next, Summer Game Fest.
Game Fest.
Yeah, and I was like, it looks interesting, but I don't know. There was just something about it. It was like Snowpiercer, but with odd mechanics, very odd mechanics. And I believe. Let me go into it. Oop. Let me scroll down. Okay. Good. 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 So it does not have AI, but I thought it did. And then every time I reload, it shows me a bunch of new games that weren't here before. Void Diver, Project Doors. It looks like a nice little friend slop game where you and a bunch
Project
of
Doors.
yeah, where you and a bunch of friends go into doors that go into other dimensions or memories. Um, Deep Dish Dungeon, where you can cook and eat and fight and cook a rat. Mistfall Hunter looks very interesting, but very early, and I'm hoping this gets a little bit more. I mean, July 29th is when it comes out, so I'll give this one a shot. It does look fun. Over the Hill, this one is also out on Game Pass on the early access. It's fairly
Okay.
good if you're wanting to, drive around, take pictures, try and get over a hill, not die. We like those kind of games.
Yeah, I watched someone that was talking about this. He said that he sat down to play a 30-minute demo and found himself still in the game 2 hours later.
Yeah, there are a few like that. There are very few that like I just before we started up, it was maybe 5:15ish. I had started up on Mina, and about 6:30, I was like, "Oh, shit!" I was losing myself to it, and if I didn't glance at the clock, I would have gone.
Signs of a good game.
Signs of a great game. But yes, I could go on and on and on. There is a lot of things, a lot of games, a lot of looter shooters that I'm going to be checking out because I love me some looter shooter games.
At first, I thought you said lunar shooters. I was like, what, like on the moon?
Yeah, I like Prey. Prey was a good game. I still haven't done the DLC though.
I haven't finished the regular game.
Oh, it's so good. It's a good ending. I actually really enjoyed it. And BPM, bullets per minute, now has a top-down isometric style roguelite-ish that coincides with the original game. And yes, you gotta shoot to the beat. And apparently, same musicians are working on this game too. So I was like, cool. You know, the companies we are already very well aware of are still making pretty dang good games. As said, I could just scroll down and just go for hours on all of these games. There's a lot. Go out there, find you some good games. But there is one more I want to talk about that I had to kind of pull out of proportion because I couldn't find it on the list. But it's called Offbeat. Quincy, have you ever wanted to build a song?
Build a song?
Mm-hmm.
Not really that I can think of. I've never really considered looking at a song as something I could build, but I guess I can get behind that.
Like
The thought process there.
GarageBand or Fruit Loops or anything like that.
Yeah, no. No.
Okay. Well, there is a game that allows you to do such with unconventional pieces, and obviously you can add all the bits and pieces to it, such as a cat piano where you know meow 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 meow, that kind of thing, and then a
Starting to understand
broken
how this showed up on your feed.
and then a broken paper shredder that sounds a little different with each of the notes that you're going to be placing of its teeth, and even a weird gnome that sings. But yes, this appeared on my feed, and I said, this is actually kind of interesting. I've never also wanted to build music like this, but it is kind of neat. And you can also share with other people. So if you build an actual banger of a track, you can throw it out to other people. Seems neat.
All right.
Badoop. The Division 2 is still working very hard. Ubisoft is not laying off a single person over there because they are doing another season of just new content. A lot of new content.
Rather unusual for Ubisoft.
Yeah, where we've been hearing layoffs after layoffs in the story in a minute, but The Division 2 Into the Dark is going to be dropping on June 16th of yesterday, and it will be running until September 30th. I believe it's September 30th. But this includes a new incursion to be coming soon, a new PvE experience that is very similar to the tower that they had, and there's going to be a major PvP update that is going to be across all modes, including the dark zones, so that people aren't going to be getting camped out at the drop points. So I'm like, okay, they are listening to all of the problems. I was like, cool.
I enjoy the Division games. The PvP section of it, miss me with that. I don't want that. But more Division stuff would be cool.
Yeah, the only reason why I went into the PvP zones was just to grab a couple pieces of gear, and I just it's so hard to get that gear.
Yeah, that's the thing is I never ventured in far because I didn't want to deal with the bullshit of having to fight everyone to get my gear back, to get my gear out. So I would always just do it like the little bits you could get right at the entrance, never anything serious.
Yeah, and And this is also coming with a seasonal pass where you can get a whole bunch of really interesting looking cosmetics and a whole new map to go fighting in soon, anyways. So the incursion going to be free, by the way. So if you already own the base game, this will become available to you. But dupe. So we got some good and we got some bad with Xbox. So some Game Pass games are going to be coming out. Call of Duty Vanguard's coming back over to the Game Pass. EA Sports FC 2026 is coming to the Game Pass. Abyssus RV there yet. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 are just bumping into the cloud, but they are still available. Winds of Arcana Ruination is going to everything, including handheld. Sure, fine. I'm happy that, all this is going on. But, however, there's some ripples on the other side.
Compulsion. Yeah, so, what was it, last week? 2 weeks ago, we talked about, the closure of studios once again over at Sony and, what we've seen with them. A couple weeks ago, we talked about that.
We did.
And now here we are to talk about it on this end.
That is correct. And a week ago, we talked about one of these, which is a little frustrating. So, Compulsion Games.
Yeah, well, and one of these has a new game coming out. I think it's Compulsion, isn't it?
No. Ninja Theory.
No, it's not Compulsion. It's Ninja Theory. Theory.
Ninja Theory and Double Fine both have new games. Compulsion Games, I don't know if they're working on anything, but Compulsion Games, Ninja Theory, and Double Fine are all on the quote-unquote chopping block for quote-unquote significant layoffs. Now, Compulsion, I don't know what they're working on. I don't know if they're just going to be migrated. I don't know if there's anything that's going to be on them. It's one of those things of, are they wasting money type of ordeal? I'm unsure of that. However, Ninja Theory just dropped last week a trailer for Suena. Like, what the fuck?
The new Hellblade game.
And Double Fine did Day of the Devs. They dropped the entirety of Day of the Devs and what they're going to be doing. What the fuck?
So what I'm hearing is this is not a justification. It's an explanation, but the explanation does not justify it per se. What I'm hearing is that Xbox is financially fucked right now. Who was the one that just left? Can't think of his name. The guy that was running Xbox.
Oh, Spencer? Phil Spencer?
Yeah, Phil Spencer. From what I understand, his spending spree of purchasing game devs left and right really put them in a financial hole. And then there was the whole everything is an Xbox thing. And then Microsoft has fucked things up by going so hard in AI, making chips cost so much that you can't even do a new console because no one can afford it. Hell, they can't even afford the current console. So the only thing that makes sense right now is to sell games. And Xbox is here talking about going back to exclusivity, and it's like that might not be the best financial thing. But what I have been led to understand, and I'm not saying that this is 100% true, it's just what I've been hearing, is that none of these studios that they purchased are really making any money outside of Activision Blizzard. And so obviously you're not going to shut down the big one because it is what's making you money, but something's got to be trimmed somewhere, and that's where they're going after these little ones that aren't really making anything. And so I guess we'll see what happens with the new game from Double Fine, the new game from Ninja Theory. But yeah, it's the same thing we were talking about with Sony, though. You bought all these studios, and now you're just going to start shelving them and putting them down and laying people off. And it's like, okay, you bought Double Fine, who, I mean, let's be honest, was kind of an indie studio. I mean, they did Psychonauts. That was their claim to fame. You bought them. You got them to do Psychonauts 2. And I don't know the inner workings. What I'm seeing is a studio that went through and they made very, very specific kinds of games that suddenly is being shut down. Or facing layoffs. But I'm also looking at it going, when was the last time Double Fine released anything? Yes, they just announced something, but Psychonauts 2 was a fucking while ago.
Yeah.
So again, not trying anything. I don't even know when Psychonauts 2 came out. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, let's find out.
But again, I'm not justifying anything. I hate to see this happen. I don't agree with it. I don't like it. And I wonder what went on to make these specific studios be considered for being shut down. If it's purely based off of finances or what.
True. I do have a rebuttal for that. But Psychonauts 2 was 2021. And
okay, it felt way longer ago than that, but still, that's 5 years ago.
That is 5 years ago. And it was announced at the 2015 Game Awards. So another.
Was that before or after? Or okay, but when was Double Fine purchased? Because if Double Fine announced it, then got purchased, and now the way things are being ran, changes for them that could lead to a lag in releasing the game. They were acquired in 2019, so they announced the game in 2015. 4 years into that, they were purchased,
and then they dropped.
I mean, they were still 4 years into it, but then it took them another 2 to drop the game. I don't know. 105 employees as of last year.
That is true. That it is less than 200. It has always been less than 200. But as far as what Double Fine is going to be coming out with, they just came out with Kiln. That came out a month ago. Rad is going to be getting an update. Headlander was not too long ago. But yeah, there's.
So what I'm seeing here is for what they developed, Kiln, like you said, that just came out.
Yeah.
Something called Keeper that came out last year. Okay, I remember the poster for this one.
Oh,
it's that
yeah,
weird lighthouse
one. With the dodo bird.
And then prior to that, Psychonauts 2. Everything else, they were a publisher on or just like involved on like little parts of.
Okay.
They were doing comic books for a while, but that was pre the Xbox purchase.
That is correct. They did it for the Epic Saga, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Epic Saga. Yeah, it's still around. How many pages is it? 193? I think that's all of it. I think it's done. Bummer. But yeah. Good work from Double Fine. It's just damn shame that they're on the chopping block.
I hate to see them go. I hate to see anybody go. I don't like this. Like I said, what I was saying is not a justification at all. I'm saying why I think they're making this decision. I'm not saying it's the right decision or a right reason to make said decision. I'm just saying I think this is why they're making the decision. And this is all, like a level of conjecture. I don't actually know why anyone does anything. So.
Right. The rebuttal that I had. You had mentioned that nobody at Microsoft's really kind of working on anything. My rebuttal is Coalition is working on something. Gears of War.
No, that's not what. If that's what I said, or if that's how it came across, that's not what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, more. My point was,
money.
You look at it. No, I'm looking. Yeah, that's what it is. Like a lot of these studios aren't making a positive financial impact for the company.
Okay, because I was going to say that one and 343, but yeah, no. But
yeah, the breadwinner right now of acquisitions. That's the other thing. The breadwinner of acquisitions has been Activision Blizzard, which the amount of fucking money they spent for that, it needs to be.
I would put a finger toward Turn 10 that did Forza that sold a shit ton of copies of Horizon 6.
Yeah, and that just came out, and so congrats to them on that, and congrats to any of these. Making a game in general is just like big fucking congrats, because that's a pain in the ass. I was more saying I think that's why the specific studios are being looked at, because it's very much one of those "what have you done for me lately?" things.
Yeah. And we got
but again, not approving of it, just saying I think that's where some of the thought process is at.
And that's fine. I mean, it makes sense. It's like, what are you working on? Are you working on anything that is going to be big? No? Well, we want big. We want good. We want, how it's going to be. I get it.
Where's the money, Lucas?
Where's the money, Lebowski? I don't know.
Where's the money, Lebowski?
Let me go back in.
I think I almost found it. Let me go back in. That's my favorite part of that scene. I think I almost found it. Let me go back in.
However, on the other side of the coin over at the PlayStation, I've been playing some Destiny and really having fun because a little bit it's broken in a good way.
That's not allowed.
Well, it is allowed. They're allowing it. for a couple more weeks. So, to those who do play Destiny, there is a little bit of a bug going around where if you load into competitive Crucible, you can change around your artifact to have multiple of the same uh, actual piece aspect, I guess is the best way to put it, where you can put it 7 times. One of the aspects allow you to put 7 of Thunderous Retort. And when you're a Titan that punches one enemy and you get amplified, the number gets kind of buggy. Exhibit A. I'm going to play it for everybody. That's the first boss of Warlord's Ruin taken out in less than 5 seconds of their damage phase. Mmm. Mmm. But that being said, DMG.
I mean, it kind of makes you feel like a badass.
it makes me feel great. It makes me feel like an actual lore accurate guardian.
Like, it would make me feel like what I felt like by the end of Destiny 1.
Yeah. Now, DMG, a individual that I've followed since Beyond Light, he always comments to people who are asking honest, earnest questions. Oh, have a good day, Rooster. That wants to, make sure that everything is at least communicated well. Some of the things, of course, go beyond him to the higher ups that he does not hear, such as the last update of Destiny being going to be just shadow dropped on the 9th, and that's it. He didn't get that message until it was announced. So DMG was in the dark up until that point. Like, he was like, "Ooh, we have a lot of really good stuff for when we just decide to drop this." Like, DMG was in the know.
Oh, it's just happening. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
And he was like, if I had known, I would have let all y'all know. And he said, I'm gonna basically say all of the hot fixes that are gonna be coming out. So all the game breaking bugs, all the weasels, cats, all the aardvarks, anteaters, all the error codes that would be informative are going to slowly get worked on. Some graphics fixes for certain armor sets. They're saying we're going to work on it. Hunters are one-shotting opponents in PvP. They're going to get that addressed, ASAP, tested, and released.
Let's just lore accurate. Leave the hunters alone.
No, fuck the hunters.
Does anybody know what I played?
Yeah, you like your golden gun. But,
I was a menace with that thing.
Yeah. It's gotten you can do apparently with all the game breaking stuff as well. You can do one shot a boss using golden gun as well. It's a nutty thing.
Celestial Nighthawk. All I need to do to one shot a boss.
Yeah, even in a body, you don't even have to hit their head. But PvP, that's fine. Go ahead and balance that. That's cool. The Titan bubble, or what is called the stackening, trivializing all of the end game difficulty content. He says, let's let folks have some fun, but get it patched before final, which will be at the end of the month. So we have about a week, maybe 2, to mess around with these really nice perks and feel really strong, and also maybe even grind for some of the things on Pantheon. Pantheon is fun, but very difficult. So the Titan Bubble trick, where you stick a bunch of crossbow bolts into a Titan bubble that they can now carry. And the Titan carries that bubble with all of the crossbow bolts, and they run at a boss. When they run at the boss kind of doesn't know what to do with the crossbow bolts because they're a physical entity, and they get shoved. And you can shove the boss off the map. So it is game breaking by all shapes and forms, but it's not going to get fixed until the end of the month, supposedly. SRL is pretty fun. I haven't touched it yet, but I've watched a couple people play it. It does look like it's pretty good. However, there is a couple instances where you run into, oh, I won. Oh, wait, everybody got the same time as me. 4-way ties, but, everybody won. It's so bizarre. But, it also has a bit of connection quality issues where someone lags through your vehicle and blows it up. And I'm like, that's kind of fucked up.
That was me on the freeway earlier.
Yeah, I know, right? You would have glitched right into him. DMG also assesses that PvP modes rotation, and he's like, it's gonna rotate every week. Just let it lie. It's not really hurting anybody, but at least every week there's going to be something new. He's basically saying in a very big tweet, because with the check mark you can write an unlimited tweet, and he basically
shows how long I've been on Twitter.
He basically, if we find gnarly crucible balance issues or one-shot the Pantheon boss with a little investment bills, we'll likely lean on disabling items, abilities, or whatever the culprit is for the problem at hand. It's not the best solution, but we have the levers to keep things a bit stable. And so they're saying they're going to lean toward more the crucible side rather than the Pantheon side at the beginning. At least that's what to be assumed from the other little hotfix note that has been thrown around. He is loving all of the things that has been shared, all of the funny one-shotting the bosses, throwing Morgoth, one of the Pantheon bosses, completely off the map, and being like, man, that's from downtown, and just literally watching them fly off into the just into the distance. It's fun.
I need that perfectly clipped with Leroy Jenkins as he smacks him and pushes him off the cliff.
I will try and do that later. I will definitely try and do that later, because Sox and I have been loading up that checkpoint, and we threw him off a couple times, but I'm gonna try and actually just eat him directly off the mountain. We'll see. However, he's working very hard at communicating that Bungie is still working hard on fixing all of these bugs and still being a good company. That being said, Sony is snapping their fingers at at Bungie and being like, "You guys, you're done, right? You can condense some of these people down, right? You can get rid of some of them, right?" And so they are also in the trigger for quote unquote significant layoffs.
I wish I owned a game studio, man.
If I had $1 billion, you bet your ass.
If I had $1 million.
I mean, I would with a couple million, I would also throw it toward an animation studio and get that up and running.
I mean, that's the thing, just the way a lot of these companies is ran is so disgusting.
Yeah. Sony, get your head out of your ass. But heading over to a company that did get their head out of their ass, Unreal. Owned now by Epic Games and being utilized for a lot of heavy-hitting games, Unreal Engine...
And to be clear, they've still got leadership issues over there. It's just likely some of the work allowed to cook.
Mr. Sweeney, we're bringing you your cafe latte. Yes, pour it right into my... No, can't say that. But Unreal Engine 5.8 has a lot of really key features that isn't just for gaming. Well, the gaming side of it is it will work with DirectX, as I've mentioned before, where older PCs will be able to adapt some of the interesting lighting, shading, and other texture artwork that will be able to run on, let's say, a GTX 970 from 8 years ago, where it'll try and work together with the GTX and just kind of fold it all together and say, this is how good it's going to look. It may not look, like my RTX 4060 in Nova, but it'll look good, especially for an 8-year-old PC. Flying over to utilizing it. Oh yeah, you're looking at Rock. Yeah. So utilizing all of their new tools, you can build mountains very easily. You can build bridges that have different planks and vegetation, and they're saying all the texture work you can do by hand, and then just kind of have it be procedurally generated and thrown around. Very similar to how
now, when we say procedurally generated, what do we mean?
We mean that you are building the template and having the template do it itself. It is not AI. It is
the
not.
Zebra looks AI.
The Zebra does look a little AI, but this is just, in a second, you'll see that they are doing the actual modeling for this character.
Good.
And they are showcasing like a lot of the shaping, a lot of the eye movements, how they can actually work each and every piece of the body, the eyes, the ears, the hair, the eyebrows, even. And they showcase, dynamic motion, where you now have abilities to like climb over walls, being able to like hike up generalized areas.
You know what it feels like being you're covering so many things and watching so many things happen, where we have to keep telling companies that we don't want AI. You know what it feels like? How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Okay, I was gonna go toward the more anarchistic route by saying a revolution, but yeah, that works.
Well, I mean, yeah. But yeah, that was I was thinking. I was like, it's just like, how many times do you have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Right. And I concur. I hope they learn very quickly that AI is not the way to do it. However, they are taking video feature where it showcases on a 2D plane, because you can't really get a 3D imaging, but they're basically having full body animation being rolled over from human asset to an animation asset. However, with that, of course, you have to go in and clean it up, but it kind of eliminates a little bit of the mocap needed. Mocap is still going to be probably used, but this is good for like indie developers, because mocap suits are fucking expensive.
I don't know if you've seen it yet, but I sent you a TikTok of a guy that I think it was a person. Sent you a TikTok of a person that built their own cameras, first of all, but then secondly used said cameras to basically build themselves a mocap thing for VTubing.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. That fucking Badger. The Russian Badger. Yeah. He spent a lot of money building a mocap scene, so that way he can make his videos in like a quarter of the time, just so that way, because he uses an interest. I think he uses Blender in another like rendering program, but yeah,
Dude, some of the shit I've seen people do with Blender is wild.
oh yeah, especially when you get things like mocap into it and can just have it. I mean, he says he's crashed more times than there are hours in the day. And then he's like, "Oh wait, now I'm getting into the minutes of the day," and it's like, because yeah, there are times where he'll like I think he had like a small rant on Twitter. I don't remember where he had a rant, but he had a small rant of, "I've crashed every time I've opened up Blender. Does anyone have a fix for this?" And it's bad, but luckily he's put out a couple videos since then, so it seems like he's gotten over those troubles. Heading back over to the Unreal 5.8, they've did a little bit of lighting, textural things to make sure shadows work a little proper, spotlights look great, neon lights can add a little bit more depth to them, shadow boxes, and how like you can change on the fly how they'll look on lower ended computers or lower ended graphics. So you can actually turn them down everything to medium and see how it's going to look and how it will run generally. And I'm like, that's kind of interesting. And then it'll even do a hot pot of a very soft estimate of what kind of system that will run in a perfect 60. So it'll basically say, oh, like that 970 I was talking about, that GTX 970. It'll say, oh, it'll run on this at 53 frames on medium. And I'm like,
now,
that's what we need in today's time.
I know that generally when a new Unreal comes out, the previous Unreal tends to go free to use.
I don't know that. As of right now, we're on 5.8. We're not.
That's not what I was going to ask.
Oh,
I was going to say that generally that's what happens.
okay.
Because of that, I've never paid attention to how much Unreal actually costs. So how much is this?
So for Unreal 5.8, well, 5 and all of the updates. Let's
like
see.
there's Unreal gets a lot of hate from people And I've played several games in Unreal that I've been rather happy with, and so I've never fully understood the hate. But I also am not nearly as critical on games for visuals as a lot of people are. And I also accept that I can't do this stuff, so how I'm going to sit there and yell at someone for doing it the way that works for them when I can't even do it anyway at all?
Right.
You know?
I mean, modeling, it seems to be a very easy thing to kind of get a mind wrap around, but getting that...
Not just modeling, like, the engine stuff and all that,
yeah.
the full on, like, the building of a game, like, that's the thing is, like, I see people shit on games for, building their game in Unreal and, like, using it as an engine, and I'm like, I mean, okay, you go build an engine from the ground up. Oh, wait, you don't want to because that's expensive.
Okay, let's see here.
And difficult.
Download for free. UE5 is free to create linear content, custom projects, and internal projects if your gross annual revenue is under 1 million USD. It's free to get started for game.
Oh, okay, so it's like Unity.
Yeah, it's like Unity. Make money and they'll be like, okay, and then a 5% royalty only kicks in when your title earns over 1 million USD. Which I'm like, that's fair.
Shit.
That's fair.
I bet you there's a legal thing in there because my first thought was, all right, so I'll just turn off sales at fucking 999,000.
Yeah.
But I bet you there's a thing in there that you can't do that, and if you do, they're coming for you.
Well, doing that is also a dick thing to do. If your game.
No, absolutely.
But
it's absolutely addicting to do. I just stopped and went, how do I keep my money?
So on top of that, the other thing to point out is everything included out of the box. So there is, let's see here. UE5 includes all the tools you need to deliver stunning real-time content and experiences with no hidden extras, meaning these features will be available very soon to people who are already using UE5.
Oh, nice.
And I'm not done. So, remember when I said it's not just for games? It's meant for animation. They also want to add in a nice little animation cap to where you can create scenes and draw out your actors into specific ways or, carry out a scene with the perfect engine of UE5 having this, of course, beautiful, stellar texture working. And they're saying if you're on a higher ended PC with, a little bit of the easier to get mocap suits and sets, you can attach a camera to an individual and have it follow them, create a cinematic focus for certain points, get that depth of field, get that really, really nice chromatic aberration in there and get it just looking perfect to how you're wanting to, because this is probably going to be the next wave of CG animation in a sense, because there's going to be breakaway things. So if you see like a person getting whipped through some artifacts and it just all goes everywhere, and that will look pretty good, pretty dynamic, as you're seeing here. Explosions that are taking out walls. I can see some really good implications of this program being used for animation in the near future. I like UE. I really do. It's just, damn, it hurts to run.
I like animation. I respect animation. I would really like it though if we could bring back 2D animation.
Yeah.
So like I'm mixed on this. Like I'm so happy that they're doing this in a way that like is opening up doors for people. But at the same time, I'm like, I miss 2D animation. I mean, but no, this is pretty cool.
I wouldn't be far fetched if this couldn't do 2D animation, because
you wouldn't be far fetched. It's a Pokemon.
True. But
he's gonna stop talking to me now.
You could just bring down the scaling down to just 2 literal layers, and then the top layer works on the back layer, so that way it has just a little bit of depth. But then you have them just doing what they're needing to do. I could foresee that being a really good way of getting some 2D animation out of it. I've seen it on Blender. I wouldn't be surprised if it could be done here. That is an interesting idea. I hope to see something of that in the near future. But heading over to dispatch news, something I didn't think I'd be talking about, considering, well, it's done. It's a finished game. They finished it. There is going to be an update, though. called the HR Violations Update. There is some weird nudity and some vulgar material in Dispatch, and so if you're uncomfortable with
When you
seeing
say
it,
weird nudity, do you mean like it's questionable, or it was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that?
you want a mild spoiler?
Sure.
Dangly bit.
Okay. But like, is it like an uncomfortable situation we shouldn't be seeing these dangly bits, or is it like acceptable?
It's out in public as a
Hmm.
villain versus a hero.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
this guy here on screen, yeah, no, he got his dingly bit out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So the update hides said dangly bits.
That allows you to do either the, the TV mosaic or a blackout bar, or the chaotic mode that allows you to put pants or jorts on the character with the dingly bit. And there's
Oh
other
my god, they made him a
changes.
never nude.
Yeah.
Their
So,
denim shorts, they made him a never nude.
yeah. But the chaotic does add some interesting pieces to the censorship. Apparently, it also adds a little bit of suggestive censorship as well. So, it's one of those fun hide-alls. That being
Did you
said,
ever play the Deadpool game?
new.
There's at the beginning of the Deadpool game, you get to mess around in his apartment, and there's a point where he like goes to the bathroom, and it's a black bar blocking his junk, and he goes, "Hey, wait a minute!" and he grabs it and stretches it to make it bigger.
That's funny. That's hilarious. But I just figured I'd mention it just because it was an update that I never thought I'd be reading. Good job, Ad Hoc. You guys are doing interesting work. That's all the gaming things I have. There is a small talk about at the end of the week, but this one does not seem like it is going to be much to it. But hopefully it'll bring more to a light. And I'm going to be playing a little bit of the Steam NextFest demos that I have downloaded onto me hard drive. Yee. Any other gaming things you got, Q?
No, I've been busy. I haven't done much gaming. I still have First Light to finish working through.
Yeah.
Enjoying it, loving it. We've got the roadmap on that with the DLC and whatnot, so that's going to be a thing to look forward to for me. There's a few things that have popped up on Game Pass that I'm kind of interested in, but yeah, nothing major. I've been trying to keep an eye out for like indie games. So I saw that TikTok. It was very heartwarming of a man seeing, this was a while ago, a man seeing his sales on his game that he's like spent years working on. And so I added it to the Steam wish list because, first of all, it is the kind of game I would be somewhat into. But secondly, how the hell do I see my wish list? There it is. But secondly, I just, I love to support creators and whatnot. And so it's called Tangy TD, or Tangy TD, Tangy TD, TANGY.
Okay.
Tangy TD. It's a tower defense game. Currently on sale for $7.99. Only $9.99 total price, which that's the other thing. Like, I mean, a $10 game, fuck yeah, I'm gonna support a $10 game any day of the week. Came out back in March. You can also bundle it. It's available in bundles with Gnomes for a total of $10.78 for the two games. Zero Stress King for a total of $11.68 for the two games, or Void Manor for a total of $11.88 for the two games. So
Yeah.
that's been on my eventual list because I like to support smaller creators and yeah, it's just one of those things that I haven't bought it yet because I just haven't had the time to sit down and actually play it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I guess I'm in
yeah,
the same boat as
yeah,
well.
no,
I enjoyed getting the small time devs like Yacht Club, the guys behind Mina, and
mhm.
I've been dabbling, as I said, with a bunch of the Steam Next Fest, and most of those are names I've never heard before.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about Steam and whatnot is that you end up with a lot of indie people. A lot of people just taking their shot with their game.
Mm-hmm. All right, then I guess it's time for shoe news. So I did not tell Quincy about any of these shoes because a couple of them are
He's a
crazy.
monster.
I am a monster. A couple of them are crazy. A couple of them sold out, and a couple of them are just reverbs on Crocs. So I might as well tell you that one for free. First one, a sunflower covered Nike Air that has an interesting texture for said sunflowers.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know who this is for.
Oh, I'm dumb. I'm not seeing it. I had Discord up.
Where?
I feel like this is gonna rip to shit. And you're not gonna have a shoe.
Yeah, I think the full shoe is underneath the fabric, and this is like an over, like a cloak, a cowl. But I concur, it'll just kind of rip
What is
that
it?
off.
Fucking Batman?
Kind of. But underneath it does
My
have...
cats would eat that in a second.
That is true. And then underneath it has a nice little, very heavy woven style that is in a nice coffee with cream color, I would say. It looks very nice, very quaint underneath the sunflowers. Kind of makes you wish that it didn't have the sunflower cape, cowl combo.
It's a design choice.
It is a design choice. Do you want to know what else is a design choice? Putting Mike Tyson on a pair.
Okay.
Yeah, I I love Iron Mike.
If you're a Mike Tyson fan, this is probably for the Mike Tyson fans out there. It's not going to be my shoe of choice. I'm also not going to tell Mike Tyson to his face that I think his shoe's stupid. So,
what'd you say about my shoe?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But this is apparently a collaboration between Martine Rose, Nike, of course, and Mike Tyson. Cool. $150 going to be available later this year if you're a Mike Tyson fan. Next up on the cut, healthcare sneaker brand Clove is dropping a collaboration with Toy Story, and I gotta say, these ones look a lot better than the Adidas ones we looked at earlier. Like, they look pretty dang good. So,
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of that Woody one. I feel like there's too much going on the bottom half because they're trying to make his boots, his pants, and his vest and shirt and all work at once. Like, there's a lot going on in that bottom half. But
yeah.
Well, these are pretty decent.
This is also the multi-layer orthopedic, so I can understand it looking a little outrageous to begin with, but yeah, they are meant to be for people who are on their feet 24/7 during the their time in either healthcare or even in...
Yeah, I was about to say this would be great for like a pediatric doctor or nurse. Have them wearing these because the kids would love it, but then with them being orthopedics and whatnot.
Yeah, and apparently they're trying to push toward firefighters as well. And I was like, okay, I mean that boots are going to get covered over them, but sure, I guess if you're wearing something orthopedic,
I'm not sure. I don't think you can. I think you have to just wear the boots. I mean, I'm not well versed in firefighter garb, but I feel like that's the case.
Gotcha.
But all right.
Yeah. It will come in Alien, Woody. I forget her name. Jessie and Buzz Lightyear. Which I'm like, not a bad 4-pack of different, really nice looking shoes comparative. And also, as mentioned, they have a bunch of really interesting orthopedics. Let me see if we can get some prices. Please show me prices. $165 for the Alien that does glow in the dark. Ooh. And the Buzz Lightyear, while the Woody and Jessie are $175. Oh, okay. So not terrible for orthopedic shoes, and they look pretty durable. So, take that at face value, I suppose. Badoop. I said badoop. So I just grabbed this just because it was the colorway that instantly clicked in my brain. These 7-Eleven colored Nikes. And they're...
I saw something about these.
They're a little fuzzy, too.
Yeah, the fuzz is a choice.
But it's just a simple looking 7-Eleven branded issue. Wait a minute. That's not quite 7-Eleven of a logo, but it says Air.
So what I heard is that these are technically inspired, so that they don't get sued.
That's fair. I mean, I thought 7-Eleven would have been really cool. Well, they named them 7-Eleven. They will be later on in the summer at $210. But they also had mentioned Lawson, which is the Japanese 7-Eleven equivalent that has a lot more. I don't want to say higher quality, but compared to the U.S., yeah, higher quality.
In most places compared to the U.S.
Yeah. Like Forza Turn 10 was actually asking Lawson, hey, can we throw your guys' shops in our game? And they were like, at this time we can't, but maybe in the near future you can change them out. I guess Lawson's doing something in a video game somewhere.
We have a deal with Yakuza. There's going to be a guy going through the window. There's nothing you can do.
I mean, they did do that with oh god, what's that adventurer's name that has a shop out in Japan?
Yeah.
That's gonna bother me. Hang on. Shop in.
This is all you, man. I was making a joke.
Yeah. Don Quixote. Yeah, there's Don Quixote is a real shop in Japan, and you can go to a Don Quixote in Yakuza, and it looks exactly the same, 1-for-1. It's just you can't, of course, go into the upstairs areas or the back areas that has like all the electronics and whatnot. But it, for the most part, has the facade of looking full.
I mean, if you're gonna put the work in, put the work in. You know.
Oh yeah. Oh, and oh man, RGG definitely puts the work in. But heading over to Bull Airs, we've talked about these guys many a times. They are now having a collaboration with Pee Wee Herman, and there's a shirt that I know you'd like that has Pee Wee Herman and Elvira on it.
I wonder who gets the money for that since he passed away. I mean, I guess there's something probably separate to his estate. That's interesting.
Yeah, hard to know, but they all sold out. I literally got the email for it. I clicked in a couple of the hats, the plaid bomber jacket, and a couple of the windbreakers were still available. The shirt was gone. Well, both the shirts were gone. The shoes were gone. That had really nice Pee Wee's Playhouse. It's for the 40th anniversary. I didn't notice that until just now, and I was like, ooh, they were all gone. All three of these items were gone.
I'm trying to listen to reason.
Like, it's so messy. And then I kept clicking in, and I was like, oh, okay, Icy and Slush Puppy has, some shoes, still rather expensive at $195. But if you're a big fan of Slush Puppies and or Icy's, you enjoy. Some old school retro style varsity shirts, some old style of advertisements. And then we got into the Short Circuit side of things with the little Rob the Robot looking homie.
Wait, I'm waiting for mine to catch up. That's Johnny Five.
Johnny Five?
Rob the Robot.
He looks like Rob the Robot to me. I've never seen Short Circuit.
Rob the Robot?
To be fair, I've never seen fucking Short Circuit, so I've heard about it.
Oh my god, you've never seen Short Circuit?
No.
How have I not known this?
We ran down a list that wasn't mentioned. Yelling at me like that. The fuck?
I'm checking right now. Yeah, you're in chat. Joanne, how is this possible? I've never seen it either. What is wrong with you guys?
It's quite
Number
simple.
5 is alive.
Okay, I've seen that. I've seen that one scene of number 5 is alive.
God. Oh my god, I can't believe.
Yeah,
Okay.
man. There's a lot of things that you haven't seen either.
Yeah. Most of them are more along the lines in the last decade in which I've had to be a working, consistent working adult.
True, but I'm sure there's something in the past that you also haven't seen.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Fun fact though, because you mentioned the Johnny Five shirts, Short Circuit is hitting its 40th anniversary this year. Or just did back in May.
Oh, that's why all of these are available. You can
Mm-hmm.
get some face laces, a foam ball that you can squeeze, a hat with the head and all of the little circuitry on the side, some vintage style shirts, as well as a interesting bomber jacket made of satin, a couple just regular t-shirts, and a high top sneakers or low top sneakers, with of course a lot of design work thrown into it. Like these look
Now,
good.
I I do have to say something about Short Circuit in case you go watch it.
Okay.
So the concept is a bunch of robots were on a transport, and one of them gets struck by lightning and comes to life, and so there's a government man that has to hunt it down because technically, even though he's a sweetheart, they're kill bots.
Oh.
It stars Ali Sheedy. You would know her as the weird one in Breakfast Club. Steve Guttenberg from Police Academy.
Okay.
Uh, Austin Pendleton. I'm trying to think what you know him from. He's kind of like all over everything. Um, he's the stuttering lawyer in My Cousin Vinny.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's also Max in the Muppet movie. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And Fisher Stevens. You would know him as the bad guy from Hackers.
Oh. Okay. Okay, that sounds like
Yeah,
a pretty
yeah.
okay
Fisher's
cast. Okay.
Yeah, but here's the thing you should know because Fisher plays Ben Jabatuya. Jabatuya. Fisher's in brown face in this movie. Just so you know.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it was made in the '80s. That part didn't age well. He plays an Indian gentleman.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I
that part
mean,
didn't age well.
but
1986. Yeah,
uh,
product of its time.
but you would say that the movie is good considering your
It, yeah,
advancing shoulder
it's a
tackle.
it's not an advancing shoulder tackle. It is a fun, goofy family movie from the '80s.
You were about to
Just parts
kill
of it
me
didn't
from
age.
me saying that I've never seen it.
I wasn't going to kill you. I
You
was
were
just going
gonna
to educate you.
you were gonna strangle me until a life it was leached from my person.
I was going to educate you with extreme prejudice.
It was yeah. Mm. But go check all these out on bullairs.com. Go sign up for their thing if you happen to be interested in all of these really nice shoes that they are making, or shirts even. Because as said, I got the email for it. I didn't check it until a couple hours later, and then it was gone. It was completely
Which is
gone.
wild because these are not cheap.
They are not. $45 for a t-shirt is a bit rough, but they
Their
are
shoes are very expensive.
their shoes are very expensive because they buy the white low top regular Toros, and then they just fuddle with them and then do the full design. They're all handmade. They are not made in a factory. No, they are all hand stitched. Well, a machine helps out with that part where you obviously turn the shoe and it does the stitching. But point is, all these are done by hands, which we like in this day and age. But hey, would you look at that? So Disney Pixar's Toy Story adds 2 new Crocs to their list. One of which is the claw.
The
The
claw.
good old little alien with the 3 eyes. This one looks
Really
too
pretty alien.
bright. Yeah, this one looks a little too bright. And on the back it goes, ooh. I like it. It's fine. And then the other one is a boot, a Croc boot. These ones are a little bit more pricey at $130 for Jesse's boot. I gotta say they look kind of like cosplay worthy. Like if you were a cosplaying Jesse and, you put these on, you would actually probably have a good time walking in them because, Crocs are very comfortable. So, cosplay worthy? Probably. Something to think about. But $130.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
2 weeks ago, I talked about Zangief being the last figure for the Ultra Street Fighter 2 collection. And that is true, but they added in a nice little collective called the Continue Collective, where at the game over screen, it has them looking all beat up, and the Continue number, let me click to the next image, is right by their side while, it's counting down. I'm like, that is actually really fucking good that they added in this expansion to their figures. And of course, there are people out there that really like to do figure modeling and figure fights and stop motion, and adding in some extra details such as a wound or beat up face. Thumbs up. That being said, I did say it was the last one, but it's not the last colorway. They are introducing one more, the Player 2 color of Akuma. So everything that came with Akuma, just in a oddly monochromatic suit compared to the red and off purple that original.
This
Akuma
is supposed
had.
to be so that like when you're both playing the same character is the concept.
Mirror
right?
matches, yeah. Which I'm cool with. I hope that. Oh, that's Space Kook. Spooky Space Kook.
Nice.
Badoop. Heading over to Entertainment Earth. We have two things from them. First one is a Daredevil Born Again Marvel Legends figure. We talked about a lot of Marvel Legends figures having a lot to kind of show off and look really good. This Daredevil Born Again one looks bored. Looks very stoic compared to the actor when you see him in it.
The joke I made is he's standing there wondering if we took the photo yet because he can't see the flash.
Yeah. There are some cool poses that you can put him in with his billy clubs and the connector bit that connects the billy clubs. I was like, okay, that looks cool, but yeah, the face looks very, very bored, very lawyer. You could tell there's a lawyer underneath that mask. But for $28, not terrible. I would probably want to do a soft repaint or maybe a head replacement if possible. If you happen to be a sculptor or a plastic, worker. Think about it. Second one from Entertainment Earth is Ghost in the Shell standalone complex Matoko Kusanagi, also known as the Major. This is a 1/12th scale action figure that has a lot more posable joints than actual pieces. At $106, you can definitely tell. This is the original standalone complex, so it is a little revealing, but it is comic and show accurate. So take that at that point if you happen to be a huge fan of Ghost in the Shell.
She's an adult though, right? Unlike
She,
that video game is trying to make it happen.
you are correct. She is 31.
Okay.
I believe she's 31 in standalone. 29 or 31 in standalone. But I actually really admire their keen to detail, especially with the added on leather jacket and the weapon holsters that she can come with, as well as a posable stand, which is very uncommon in today's time for action figures. Like, just include the stand if they have like action shots, please and thank you. They're not that expensive to make. Heading over to SH Figuarts, a Bandai Namco owned company that does a lot of outsourcing to Toei Animation, etc., brings in a really interesting character from Dragon Ball Z. Raccoon, a part of the Ginyu Force, gets a figure, and it's after Goku starts running into him and showing him what for by beating him up and also shaving his head. Comes with a lot of faces, a lot of interesting faces that are very Toei Animation. and hands that are as a toy animation. Comes with a nice little stand to keep him, from falling over, as well as some interesting mouth beams to hold it up. That's cool. I like it. $85 for this pretty interesting figure. Badoop. And then last but not least on the figure docket, this Punisher one from, I believe it is Mezco Toys. And the way that they shot all of their poses was comic book covers. And I'm like, that's how you sell fucking toys. That's how you sell action figures.
That's a
That's
pretty sweet way to do it.
Yeah. This one that I'm showing now is the first sighting of the Punisher, which was in Spider-Man. And then you have a Daredevil versus the Punisher cover, and then further up you have a War Journal one. Further up you have, I think this is just a regular Punisher run. And then the Christmas one. I can recognize some of these. I own some of these. They're very nice looking, and of course you have his signature yelling while shooting through open window type bullshit. And I gotta say, good figure, fantastic figure. What pieces does this come with? Does it show all of his accessories? It does. Come back down. Oh, there we go. It comes with 4 different pistols, a crossbow, a rocket launcher, a sniper rifle, an Uzi, a brick of C4, a walkie-talkie, a grapple hook, a bunch of different pouches, a fucking riot shield, some gun flashes for the guns, some holsters, a knife with a holster, and a shit ton of hands and faces. For $125, not terrible. And a stand, so you could do action shots. Like, yeah. yeah.
Pretty stacked set.
Yeah, pretty sick set. I wish I had $25. I'm gonna probably add this to the throne. If you guys have some extra money and want to head over to the throne, throne.com/TheUglyMugs, I'm gonna throw this on there if you want to spoil me. I'm gonna save this link right now.
We're gonna get Justin. We're gonna get Justin, someone to, do the Findom stuff for him.
No. That being said, Spider-Man, brand new day, dropped a new trailer. Saw a little bit more of characters. I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, I'm choosing not to watch this one because I want to go see this movie so bad. I'm just worried that I'm gonna get too many spoilers because of the way they do trailers nowadays.
And I concur with that. Watching this trailer, it did give a little bit of a lot. Stuff we already saw in the first trailer, but also a little bit more. And I think it's gonna go the way I think it's gonna go, just so that way we can get a little bit more out of this current Spider-Man run. So we'll see. But yeah, we'll see. July 31st is when this movie drops, and I'm excited for it, but ooh boy, it gives a lot. But speaking of Spider-Man Brand New Day, with that release of a movie, we are getting a whole bunch of popcorn buckets, collectible cups, and soda toppers. So over at AMC, you've got a truckload of cups with mystery toppers where you have him, hanging off of stuff. Up top, you have a Spider-Man head and a Spidey suit. The Spider-Man head holds the popcorn. The Spidey suit holds the popcorn. And then a Thwip cup where you have a light-up cup where you can kind of spin around a little figure of Spider-Man. I'm like, that's adorable-ish. I just worry that I would probably hurt myself with that. But, Cinemark and Marcus Theaters, I believe that's on East Coast theaters, has a because I know we don't have a Marcus out here.
Yeah, it's probably East Coast. Might be Central.
Maybe. A Spider-Man combo container that holds your snacks as well as a drink holster down at the very bottom with the straw going up through the middle of it. And I believe
I hate that I want almost all of these.
Yeah, and I'm not even halfway done. I'll quickly brisk through the rest of them. There's a 32-ounce color-changing cup, a really nice 3D mask steel bottle from the look of it, a collectible combo that has a nice, like really good artwork, popcorn bucket, and with the mystery topper that you get over at Regal, a premium combo which looks like a mask for the popcorn and his suit for the drink, and then last but not least, a wall crawler popcorn tin that looks like he's on the side of a building. It's in a square, so it looks like he's actually up on the building. I'm curious if it has any more references rather than that. Meanwhile, over on the other side of Cinemark, the tins for those are he's hanging upside down on the closure of the popcorn bucket. And I'm like, that's kind of neat, but it's very plain. You know, it has Spider-Man doing a sick jump on the other side, but it looks very plain
Yeah,
compared to the
it's
other ones.
kind of got the name on one side.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the other one has a bunch of the comic book covers kind of scattered around for the drink and the popcorn bucket tin. So I was like, that's cool. But guess what? Still not done. Toy Story 5 is going to be having a bunch of popcorn buckets and toy accessories. But I'll quickly, briefly brisk through this one. 7 different types of popcorn buckets, including ones that look like Buzz and one that just kind of is generic pale bucket style for the
Oh,
kids. Ooh.
fuck! I want one of these too.
One that looks like one of those toy balls with the little star on it that you can see here in front of Rex. You got Ham. I don't know what he is. I have no clue. I don't know if he's like a little snack holder or what.
I would assume he's like a snack holder or a popcorn holder.
Yeah, hopefully he's big enough. And then you just have just a bunch
Well,
of
that's the thing is what I've seen is when they make these ones that can't actually fucking hold popcorn because they keep doing that, they just give you a large popcorn and put a little bit inside of the thing, which is like great. Now I just got to carry extra shit to my seat.
Yeah. Oh, Pixar ball. Thank you, Socky.
I want the Buzz Lightyear box.
Oh, that's when the high tech edition went up here in the top right.
Yeah,
that looks cool. But then of course over at Regal you also have, just in case you want just the standard regular toppers on the sodas and just the merchandise looking regular popcorn holder, large popcorn. It's fine. It's fine. Nothing really big to say about it. I see a hat here, and I'm wondering if you could buy a plastic hat, or if that's the lid to this bucket. Interesting to say the least, but that is a lot of. I'm glad we're still in the year of the popcorn bucket and how companies are being a little more open to doing these. However, they sell it so fucking fast, so be prepared for that. But now we're gonna do snacks for the rundown here, and we're starting off with a doozy. Mountain Dew Dunkers from the Quickery Bake Shop. Donuts that are almost uranium green, and I don't know. I would try them. I would be honest to God curious, but I don't know if I'd like them.
I feel like they're gonna be fucking terrible, but I feel like I have to try them.
So the Quickery, I did a little bit of research on them. They do very good collaborations. They've done a few in the past, and people have really shouted their praises. I just want to know if this is going to be a hit, considering there's such a hit already. Like, I would only assume that it's just the glaze. I would be keen to try one, not a whole 6-pack.
I'm scared.
Doritos is going to be coming out with a new flavor, hot honey pizza. I would be so keen to try it if I didn't have this strange problem that afflicts me from eating spicy stuff.
Which is basically him going, "Ah, God!" and then punching the table over and over again.
Oh man, if I had this affliction and I had the single hot chip, I would probably be dead. I would probably die. Like, well, that's changed in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
But I would love to try this. This looks like a really good flavor for Doritos. Badoop. Over at McDonald's, even though I don't eat McDonald's anymore, this does interest me to at least try them. The hot apple pies are now going to be fried again. So you're going to get that nice crispy outside with that really warm inside, and it's going to be made to order. They're going to come in frozen, and they're just going to be dumped into their own personal fryer and then served up. And I'm like, yes, I loved the original fried apple pies. When they switched over to that strange half cooked pastry, I was like, this is disgusting. This, on the other hand, this would get me to go back. Another one to get me. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't eat McDonald's anymore, but like this kind of piqued my attention a bit.
And especially if you make it 2 for $1 again, that'll get me in there.
Right.
However, Quincy, you know what my favorite fruit is, yes?
Your favorite fruit?
Fruit, correct.
I
think I've
kiwi?
told you. No, I don't mind kiwis.
Oranges?
No, blueberries.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did not know that.
So McDonald's is also going to be doing a blueberry and cream pie that is I'm unsure if it's like a new age one, but it looks like one of the new age style with a flaky crust. I want to try it. So they say it's going to be out in the middle of summer. We're almost in the middle of summer, I think. I hope.
I don't think we're in the middle of summer yet. I think we still have a bit to go, sadly.
No, we're in the middle of summer. No, we're in the middle of summer, Quincy.
Just because it feels like that when we fucking, have to exist in this hellhole.
True. But I hope to see this soon.
Dude, the thermometer in my car doesn't work right. It just hates the heat. So today it straight up said it was 124 outside.
Is it? Please help. Please help.
I'm just sitting like, I am so sorry that I make you go out in this.
Please. Something that might interest Quincy even a tiny bit. So you've mentioned that you didn't really like the cold foam, but this one's whipped cream instead of cold foam. Over at Target, they have a brand called Favorite Day that does coffee, tea, whipped cream in this case.
Yeah, I think it's just their store brand.
Their store brand that's a little more hoity-toity, a little more fancy. And they have 4 new, 2 new, I think 2, because the only new one is gummy worm. Like, gummy worm flavored whipped dairy topping. That sounds interesting on paper.
I don't know about that.
It sounds interesting on paper. The other ones are s'mores, chocolate, and a coffee shop cold foam salted pistachio. That one, I believe, is also new. I don't know about the pistachio. I don't like pistachios. The whipped creams, though. I would like to try them. But I've also heard that these are like $7.99 a can, so miss me with that. I didn't know Icy's did like pop bars, but apparently they do, and they make dirty soda ones now, where it is coconut cream mixed in with either orange for an orange cream soda or lime for a coconut lime cola flavor. And I'm like, those are very interesting to me. They're dairy free, so I won't die from eating them, but very interesting.
I'm not really into the whole dirty soda thing. I'm also not the biggest coconut person, which is probably the main reason I'm not all that into it. I don't think I would try these.
Fair. I would like to try at least the orange cream soda with the coconut flavoring, but I worry about the coconut does kind of strike me as a will it work? And last but not least, I spotted this at the very end and I said, I want to try these. The only downside is they are very expensive. They are really good looking. I 8 pieces for the bag is where I'm like, "Ew." So what it is Snickers dipped cheesecake bites. I glanced at these day before yesterday at the grocery store. I
hate it. They're probably really good.
They're probably really good. There's also a rumor in the rumor mill that they're going to be doing Twix, and I would like to try those a little bit more because I like Twix.
Oh, don't tell me that I'm losing weight.
We both lost 2 pounds, and we're proud of it. But
all this is gonna do is make my. Well, I mean, I've lost 10 total actually.
10 total. Oh,
The 2
congratulations!
was yeah.
Today.
Thank you. The 2 is the new one. Yeah. Now this is going to add weight and make me lose my wallet.
Yeah. The other downside is you get 8 pieces for these little tiny, almost thumb-sized pieces. Well, a little bit bigger than thumb-sized, I guess. But oh man.
Dude, I went to the Renaissance Fair in Arizona. I don't know, like 7 years back, maybe a little more than that. They got this giant one out near Surprise, and they had chocolate dipped cheesecake on a stick. I
mean, you're walking around, you're burning the calories. It's an expendable. I would. But
it was so good. I wanted to buy 6 more.
Oh my god! Did you have fun out there for that?
Oh, it was a blast. That was years ago. I went with Matt. But no, it was fun. He did like a rock climbing thing that was cool. There was like this game where like you slid like beer steins and tried to get them to stop in place, and yeah, it was fun. I did some shopping. It was a good time. Mm-hmm. So they do a really big one out there.
I need to do a Ren Fair. I've never done a Ren Fair.
It's the only one I've done. And the only time I've done it. I've never done the one out here. I've never done any other ones. Just that one.
Yeah, I heard the one out here is August. I want to say
October.
October? Okay.
And I only know that because my mom used to go and make me watch her dog.
Oh, fair enough. Well, that's all I got.
That's all I got.
All right, wipe hands together. Here we go. Thank you guys for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe where you can. Remember to check the links down in the description for the good old Humble Bundle. Support some charities while also getting some kick-ass games or even some tabletop books. There's even a bundle for just a whole slew of different tabletop games. Check out Hero Forge. You can get a bunch of minis as well as some interesting new character sets for Dove, Pigeon, Hawk, and I forget the last one, but different types of bird humanoids. If you want to grab good old Lenny. I forgot to check the deal for the day. I did have it up in my email, but I forgot to read it. But I'm sure that they have a pretty kick-ass deal as well as their reuse, renew. I forget that one. Oh no. But go and check them out. They're using
renews, recycle, renew, reuse.
That's it. And
I may or may not have just read the link in our chat.
Oh, that's fair. Hey, I forgot that was in the link. Recycle, renew, use. Be sure to check them out. They also probably have a deal for shipping when purchasing a certain amount. So you get inexpensive glasses, you can get a whole bunch of pairs for free shipping. Why not? Check out our Throne if you haven't want to help support the channel in a different way. You know, by giving Quincy a Back to the Future Lego set, or me, that figure we talked about 10 minutes back. You know, it'll be there. Or if you want to get Quincy a gaming PC, you know, yum yum. Check Quincy out on his threads. Check me out on my Twitter and Instagram. Instagram's completely unhinged, so be prepared for that. And at the end of days, at the end of weeks, at the end of months, at the end of years, please, for the love of God, love one another. It is certainly free to do. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Whew, boy.